Just kidding. Guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about what you must know about living in Boise before you move out here. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to be making this one a fun one. We're going to do a little different. We're going to do this video a little different. Very excited. Let's dive into it. Guys, welcome to the YouTube video. I am your host, Nasim Issa. I am super excited because today we're talking about Boise, Idaho, and we have, you guys see this view? We have a killer view today. I absolutely love doing videos like this. I think I'm gonna do all my videos moving forward on parking lots, garages, and just have a good time with it. So this video is gonna be crucial because we're gonna be talking about what you need to know. And if you're new here or you don't know how I got here, I actually joined the Air Force. And when I joined the United States Air Force, I got put in this random area in the middle of nowhere that I didn't even know about called Idaho. All right, so now that we are over that interruption and we are able to speak freely now, without the interruption of sirens going on in the background, let's talk about Idaho. More specifically today, we're not just talking about Idaho, but we're gonna be talking about Boise, Idaho. And let me tell you guys something, Boise, Idaho is absolutely gorgeous. I know you can't see much from behind me outside of a few hills slash mountains, whatever you wanna call it. Me personally, I call them mountains because that's what I like to call it. Some of you guys may disagree. However, I am also not a geologist, so we're gonna leave that for you guys to decide what you wanna call it. But here is what I am. I am a licensed real estate agent here in the Boise City area. Not only do I service Boise, but I also service 2 hours around Boise and some. So if you are someone that is getting ready to relocate, as much as I love making these videos for you guys, I would absolutely love to help you with your home buying needs. So shoot me a call, shoot me a text. There is my cell phone number, my email, any time of the day. I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. Reach out to me so I can help you. Now let's talk about the actual video. So where is Boise, Idaho in comparison to the rest of the state? Well, it's in the southwest region. It is close to Oregon. It is also close to California, and it is also close to the border of Nevada, which, speaking from Boise, there is actually a casino 4 hours away from Boise. Fun fact, I've actually never said that in any of my previous videos, so I just want to throw that little fun fact for you guys in case one of you guys just so happen to love going to play blackjack. Now, typically, we usually start the video talking about what you need to know, which is typically around cost of living, things of that nature. But let's change that up. What I would like to tell you about, what can you do in Boise? What is there to do? Why are people moving here in the first place? Well, guys, if you can't see this right here, it is beautiful outside. Outdoor recreation is the #1 reason why people are moving to Boise outside of work. They want to go out and have a good time on the weekends. If you're a 9-to-5er, you like to get off work, you like to go have some amazing food, whether it's a Thursday or a Monday, you like to be able to go try new things and do different things and get outside and have a good outdoor life. Maybe you're a homebody. For me personally, I am a homebody, just gonna be honest with you guys. However, it's not only satisfying for both the homebody and the person that likes to live outside all day long. It's just there's a happy middle for anyone and everyone. Now, as far as outdoor recreation goes, I'm going to tell you this right now. I say this in every video and I legitimately mean it every single time. There is so much to do here. You can literally go climb this mountain here. You can go bike ride greenbelt. You can go float a river. You can go ski and skate and do whatever you want all around Boise. And I'm talking about all 4 seasons. You have different opportunities being presented to you with different weather conditions, which we'll talk about more in the video. Now, I could make a big list, and what I would like to do is actually share a quick list with you guys. So right here, what you're going to see is a list of things that people absolutely love to do, from biking to going to the mountains and hiking, to camping, to fishing, to snowboarding, to tubing, to riding a boat, to driving a boat, to parachuting, to taking a hot air balloon trip, to going to all the hundreds of events that they throw on a yearly basis. It's probably closer to 1,000, to be honest with you, as many events as they do out here. However, depending on what you're interested in, then you could literally go and do something every single weekend and be more than satisfied with everything that you could find as far as what you want to do. So now that we got that covered, what else do they have? What else does Boise offer? What do you need to know before moving here? Well, let's talk about the housing market for you, because here's the thing. That is probably one of the most important things and most expensive things that you have to worry about when you get here, depending on your financial situation. Maybe you have a $2,000 mortgage and like to drive a Lamborghini with a $5,000 payment, or maybe it's just paid off in cash, whatever your situation is. Maybe your house is more expensive, or maybe your car is more expensive, whatever the case may be. Housing in Boise, Idaho is significantly cheaper than a lot of the areas surrounding it. For example, California, it's a lot cheaper than California, it's a lot cheaper than Oregon, it's a lot cheaper than Washington, and it's also a lot cheaper than some of the areas that are further away. But what does that look like? Well, the median price point in Boise, Idaho is $575,000. And I'm talking about you can get a beautiful home. It doesn't have to be $575,000, whether you're spending $1 million or $450,000. I will say as you get lower, it does get a little worse and you're gonna have to start compromising with things like that. But ultimately it's up to what you like and what you're searching for in a home. But the one thing I always tell someone is you can always change the home, but you can never change the location. So making sure that you find the location that you really want to live in, whether it's downtown where we're at currently recording, or if you want to live in the foothills right there where you can see all those houses in the hills. You may have heard the term foothills. That's what they're talking about. There's a lot of houses in the hills, the foothills more specifically, where they just absolutely have gorgeous views. You can see all of Boise. At night, it's a beautiful view. Some people even hike up to Table Rock, which is also nearby, and they like to overlook the city at night from there. Or 4th of July, just a little wink wink tip in there if you want to go check out all the fireworks and things that they do in the town. 4th of July, go to Table Rock. It's an amazing view as well. But overall, housing wise, there's all types of houses, right? You have condos, you have manufactured homes, you have luxury homes, you have single family homes, you have all different types of different living styles. It just depends on what you and your family or you just yourself are looking for. And depending on that, I would say reach out so we can come up with a game plan and we can figure out what areas make the most sense, what you're looking for in a home, and put together that plan and execute it on our end. Now, I will say the housing market overall right now, there's more and more listings coming on market, which means for you as a buyer, you have more options than ever because the market does slow down with it heading into the winter. November, December, and January are the slowest times of the year as far as the housing market goes, which means if you're moving in the next couple of months, or maybe you're waiting till next year to move, maybe closer to springtime, maybe before, you're still in a great position to negotiate things such as the purchase price, or if you want to have an inspection done, you can negotiate repairs. Really just depends on the house and how it's priced. I will say people here do recognize a deal, and if you're someone that is looking for a deal, well, you're going most likely to be competing. However, if you're not as selective as far as it has to be the best deal on the market, if you do have certain things that you would like the house to meet as far as criteria wise for you, then the good news is you're more than likely to find it. It's just a matter of where you would want to live. All right, enough about housing. Let's talk about something else. The next thing we're going to talk about, education. Guys, you have Boise State University, and if you don't know this, Boise State, if that's not your team, it's about to be, because everyone and their mother, grandmother, grandfather, dad, son, daughter, cousin, uncle, brother-in-law, all of them, they're all gonna wear Boise State gear. They're all gonna be a fan of Boise State. You literally are going to be transformed into a Boise State. Now, it's not Eagle bad, right? It's not like Philadelphia, where if you're not an Eagles fan, you're gonna get jumped and beat up, and then automatically you're just gonna become an Eagles fan. It's not that bad. But I will say people definitely do love their Boise State Broncos here. So get ready to be a Broncos fan. Now, outside of Boise State, you have the West Ada County School District, and you have the Boise County School District. A lot of the schools in Boise and some of the surrounding cities have been voted as far as some of the best schools in the entire state. I would always recommend to do your research. You have different types of schools. So depending on if you're looking for a public school, a charter school, a private school, or maybe you're a little more religious and things of that nature, then you always can find those types of schools. But it just ultimately comes down to what you're looking for. And if you need help or being pointed in the right direction, there is so many different resources we could just shoot your way to help you with that search. Overall, I will say Idaho isn't highly known for its education. However, there are specific school districts that outscored a lot of them. There is the West Ada County School District, which had the highest test scores last year, which was 2023, with the highest test scores in mathematics and English language arts. So if schooling is important for you and your little ones, or maybe athletics, then the good news is Boise is one of the top areas as far as schooling for athletics and education. So there is good news there. Like I said, do your research, find out what type of school you want or what you're looking for in a school, and make sure it fits your values. Now, I did tell you guys I would mention this earlier, or later in the video, I should say, and it's the weather and climate. Like I said, guys, 4-season weather all year long. If you're not familiar with what 4-season weather looks like, I'll go into detail for you and just for you. It is going to be a very cold winter. A very cold winter, meaning there is ice, there is snow, there is going to be times where you're like, why am I even breathing? However, full transparency, it's not that bad. I'm really exaggerating. It's actually a lot worse in northern Idaho and even eastern Idaho. However, in Boise itself, it doesn't get too terrible. And then same with the summers. You will have triple-digit heat, but it's not humid. It's none of that extra cherry on top where you're just like, this is absolutely obnoxious. I can't handle it. I need to get away. Most people like to get away from Boise during the wintertime and then come back. So that's a little bit about the weather and climate. Full transparency, as long as you prepare for it mentally and physically. Make sure you guys put more layers on during the winter and take layers off within reason. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying here during the summer, then you'll be more than fine when it comes time for those different changes of seasons. Economics, what does the economic boom / market look like? Well, it's exactly that. It is booming. The top 3 career fields, and I've said this in multiple videos, is going to be medical field, it's going to be manufacturing, and it's also going to be technology. So many big companies are coming out here, and I always brag about In-N-Out and Topgolf being nearby, but Boise specifically, the market is literally booming. There's always big construction projects going on to continue to add more and more value to what Boise already offers, and we're super excited to what it is going to offer in the future. And just being here almost the last 10 years, we've seen its growth. It has been absolutely exponential watching it. It's been awesome to watch it, and just seeing how much has grown already. I can only imagine how much further this economy can go, especially when in a down, it was still absolutely taking off. If I had some advice I want to leave you guys with after this video, or during this video, excuse me, I would tell you guys this. Boise is one of those areas that when you come to it, you have to get out and you have to see things. Otherwise, you will never truly be able to appreciate what Boise offers. And for me, even though I'm a homebody, I will say some of the best times I ever had was when a buddy of mine or someone that I just randomly met told me to come hang out with them or come do X activity, whatever it was. And I went and I did it no matter how bad I wanted to stay at home and just work my life away. Those were the best opportunities for me to get out and see what Boise really has to offer. Not just the hiking, not just the snowboarding, which mind you, I never snowboarded until I got to Boise. And for some of you, it's gonna be the best time in the world. My first time, I absolutely wanted to cry because I didn't realize how hard snow can feel when you fall 14 times flat on your face. So just a little heads up there, if you're gonna snowboard or ski, just make sure that you wear your protective gear so you don't get CTE or get a concussion or something of that nature. I would hate for you to end up like the Miami Dolphins quarterback and just not be able to function anymore. Now, another tip I'm gonna give you is there's tons and tons of communities out here, whether you're into football, whether you're a fan of the 49ers, whatever it may be that you're into, they have so many different communities. They're just huge as far as getting together and throwing events. Like I said, there's hundreds of events that happen all year long. Depending on what your type of events may be, just do some research. I typically tell people, if you go to Facebook and look up Treasure Valley events or Boise events or whatever that niche or hobby is for you, and you type in Boise or Treasure Valley after it, then you're more than likely going to find a group that's already established that you don't have to go out of your way looking for, and you could just become a member. So I always advise people, do your research. There's always so many different types of communities and things going on. You should definitely check out. Now, I will say Boise is notorious for the events, whether it's 4th of July, whether it's Christmas, whether they're doing their annual hot air balloon event. They just have so many different events. So I highly recommend you go check them out. The vendors are always amazing. Me personally, whenever I go to an event, my weakness is those little powdered donuts. Not even powdered donuts, they're just donuts. Anything donuts, I just absolutely love. And I'm literally drooling thinking about it right now because we're currently on a cut as we get ready to go to Miami, but we do have a work convention out there, so I'm just mentally getting prepared for that. And as soon as I get there, I'm gonna pig out. But back to the story, lots and lots of vendors, amazing food, amazing events, just amazing people overall in the city of Boise. And finally, my final advice for you as you get ready to come to Boise is check out the nightlife. Take some time, just go out on a Friday night, Saturday night, walk the streets, have a good time, check out some of the bars. If you don't drink, that's fine, I don't either. I always just go get a Sherry Temple and just have a good time with my buddies every now and then. I don't go out actively, so you'll never see me downtown looking like a fool, because that is my biggest fear, is for one of you guys to see me be like, hey, I saw that guy on YouTube. He is absolutely obliterated Saturday nights at downtown Boise. So that's the last thing I ever want. But all jokes aside, it's a great time. So I would highly recommend just go do the damn thing. Go do whatever it is that you think that you don't want to do, and you may have a better time. And if you keep an open mind, you guys will really, really love Boise. So hopefully I gave you guys a little bit of insight about what you must know about moving and living in Boise. Love you guys. If you didn't already, press the subscribe button, press the like button, comment below where you're watching from. And more importantly, if you guys need help buying a home or just putting together a game plan for your move, please, please, please reach out to me via call, text, or email. I would absolutely love to help you guys. And more importantly, make sure you guys press the bell at the top of the screen so you can get notified for more amazing videos just like this. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you. See you on the next one.